Hey snowmobilers, I'm on the way to ERX, the snowcross track in Elk River, Minnesota for the ATAC demo day. Grab your helmet, let's go. Good morning, Troy.
Hey, how are you doing, Bob? Good to see you.
Welcome to a very special video from the ERX facility in Elk River, Minnesota, where ATAC is hosting a public demo day for their 2025 Catalyst models featuring the new 858. I think it's great that ATAC sees value in promoting actual seat time on the new sleds. I might be an exception, but I've actually bought two ATACs because of demo rides like this, and depending on how it goes today, you just never know. It might be a third. I don't know yet. So here we are at the ERX facility, host of next weekend's Ditch Banger Nationals, and one of the few places in Minnesota that has snow right now. The demos were free, and so long as you were willing to wait in line, you could go as many times as you wanted. ATAC provided a wide variety of models to test ride, but basically all ZR models with a couple of Riots in the mix. No mountain sleds today. I believe there were two ZRs with the 600 engine and the rest were all 858s. I was in the first group after they groomed the track, and our first couple of laps were slower until we started developing a groove to keep us all from sailing over the high bank corners. I started out riding a 137 ZR with standard internal floating piston shocks and the sport display, almost identical to my own Catalyst, except that this had the new 858 engine in it. The harder I ride any Catalyst, the better it feels to me. Cornering is very flat, steering is easy. At first, I wasn't sure how hard I could come into the corners. I mean, this man-made snow and the really tight corners, I just needed to get a feel for it, but the faster I went around the track, the more comfortable I became. That's how the Catalyst is you just slide ahead on the seat a little bit, crank the handlebars hard, and the sled just goes around, no trouble at all. The 137 also didn't disappoint. Our guide on the track let us stop halfway through the demo and allowed us to switch sleds if we wanted to. And I grabbed a 129 ZR 858 with the ATAC shocks and the new G8 display. It took me only a couple of turns to realize how much better the 129 is in the corners compared to the 137. Make no mistake, I love my 137. But that 129 might be a better choice for the tight and twisty trails that I generally ride, and I love that sled. The shock absorbers, the display, everything just kind of clicked with me. I'm very impressed with the 129 ATAC version of the ZR. Maybe part of that was having the best shocks, like I mentioned, because those were clearly better. However, as I dove into the corners, I found myself getting more and more aggressive every time I'd go around the track, and the sled did exactly what I wanted and nothing unexpected. As far as the 858 engine goes, here are my thoughts on it. First of all, it's much smoother than the outgoing 800 CTEC, especially at slow speeds. You know, my 21 Riot will shake at idle, and it doesn't like to go slow. This has none of that. The harmonics are much different, and I think it's a huge improvement. The power band is much smoother and wider. You know, my 800 can be kind of finicky at slow speeds. It just doesn't like it. This is more like a one of the turbos where it's very smooth to start out with. It feels like it's going to be just a piece of cake, but the harder you push it, the harder it pushes back. It's just incredible the amount of power. It does pull hard at any speed, even though this wasn't a very good track for riding an 858. I think any 800 owner is going to grin every time they squeeze the throttle on this. It's just an incredible engine. To be honest, and I mentioned this, the ERX track is short, the 858 just really, it felt like a Catalyst with a lot more power. It's that simple. I don't know how else to describe it, but any Catalyst is awesome. Add to that more power, and you got more awesomeness. If you ride an ATAC now, but have never ridden a Catalyst, then consider this your official warning. If you get on a Catalyst, you won't want to get off. I didn't get to ride the RXC at all, nor the Riots, and I really didn't care to ride the Riots on a short track like this. It's not what they're good at. I still don't know anything about the AC5S shocks, and I kind of wish I would have had a chance to try those. Since the display is new and I got to see it in person, I'd like to talk about that for a minute. First of all, the screen is very clear and resolution is excellent in person. I don't know if you've seen this online or whatever, and it looks good online, but when you see it in person, it is really impressive. You know, people want to, a question that has come up online is, why can't I just use a tread? Because it would be a cheaper option. And it is true, a tread would be a cheaper option. It's also available from ATAC as an accessory. Either screen, it's possible to put that on your ATAC Catalyst. So what's different about it? Well, first of all, let's talk about what makes them the same. The Tread and the G8 are both made by Garmin. They're both GPS displays. It's that the main function of them is GPS, and both include a group ride communicator for riders in the United States. However, there are some pretty significant differences. The Tread, while it's cheaper, is a separate GPS display. It's in addition to the main display on your ATAC. The G8 displays everything else. Engine, RPMs, speed, fuel, hand warmers, engine coolant, mileage, all of that stuff is integrated into the G8. The Tread does require a separate mounting bracket, but so does the G8 in effect, because with the G8 you need to install a different hood, which costs quite a bit of money. I believe it's like $260 for the hood, and then you've got to take everything off, the headlight and all that stuff, and replace it. So the G8 is a little more involved to install. The Tread is easier to, it would be something, the Tread you could add mid-season. It's a plug-and-play option, but with the G8, you still get all the integrated information as well as the GPS. Partnering with Garmin, I've said this before, is the only thing that made any sense. The cost of developing and maintaining technology like this is huge. Garmin's displays, and you look at their aviation segment, those are industry standard, and developing something like this for a snowmobile is really easy for them. Working with Garmin was just a perfect decision, I think, by ATAC. Very smart decision on their part. When I got done with my ride, I bumped into Troy Halverson, and he asked me what I thought. I said the 858 was a winner, and I need to add the G8 display to my 2024 Catalyst. I told him I was impressed with both the engine and the display. No other snowmobile manufacturer has given us consumers factory-organized demo rides for a very long time, and I appreciate ATAC providing us with this opportunity. After getting a 2024 Catalyst, I'm not buying a new sled this year. However, because of this demo, I know what my next one will be. What's yours? What are you buying? What are you interested in? Has anyone ordered a 2025 Catalyst? I'd love to hear about it. Did attending an ATAC demo event make a difference in your buying decision? Let me know what you think. As this video comes to a close, I'm going to add about an extra minute or so of footage so that you can hear the engine and just kind of soak in what it was like to ride this. Thanks for watching, and as always, I hope I see you on the trail.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Went good. That was fun. I like that gauge a lot.
Yeah, good.
That's going on my 24.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm gonna do.